Okay, now that we have a good grasp on being able to write the equations of parallel and perpendicular lines, what that allows us to do is to work on applications of parallel and perpendicular lines. In particular, if we're talking about parallel and perpendicular, we can get into perpendicular bisector, and then we can also get into altitude. So let's talk about those two things. So first of all, the perpendicular bisector of a segment. You probably already know this, but let's just revisit. The perpendicular bisector of a segment intersects the segment at its midpoint to form right angles. So the bisector part means it splits it in half, and let's see here. The bisector part says we split it in half, and the perpendicular part says we form right angles. So that would be something roughly like this. Okay, there's going to be my perpendicular bisector. It intersects at right angles, and it splits the segment in half. All right, that means that if we're going to be writing the equations of these things, we're going to need to know some stuff about the lines. In particular, we're going to need to know where its midpoint is. And so we actually have a formula for that. If you want to find the midpoint is basically the average. This end is going to have an xy coordinate, and this end is going to have the xy coordinate. Well, the midpoint is basically just the average of those. So what would that look like? So we use capital M for midpoint, and our equation is going to be add together your x values and divide by 2, comma, add together your y values and divide by 2. There's your midpoint formula. Average of the x's, average of the y's. And it looks like this because it's coordinates. It's the coordinates of a point. All right, so given AB with A is 3, 6 and B is negative 1, 4, write the equation of the perpendicular bisector. All right, let's just start by graphing this. So 3, 6. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's going to be A, and B is going to be negative 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And so there's a segment here between these two, and we want to find the perpendicular bisector. Okay, so let's deal with the bisector part first. Remember, to write the equation of any line, perpendicular bisector is a line, we need a point and a slope. Well, the point is going to be the midpoint of this segment. Let's deal with that first. Now, you could probably look at this and figure out, oh, my midpoint's going to be right about there, halfway in between. But let's actually go through and do the math, just so you understand how to do it. So midpoint. The midpoint of AB, that's how we label that. It's like a subscript. Add together our x's and divide by 2. So that's going to be 3 plus negative 1 means minus 1, divided by 2. And then add together your y's and divide by 2. So the midpoint is going to be 3 minus 1, which is 2. 2 over 2 is 1. And then 6 plus 4 is 10. 10 divided by 2 is 5. And that's exactly what we thought. 1, 5, right there. That's going to be our midpoint. Now our slope, in order to figure out a slope, we have to do the slope of the original segment, and then we're going to do the negative reciprocal of that. So our slope, lowercase m, our slope of AB is going to be y2 minus y1, 4 minus 6, over x2 minus x1, negative 1 minus 3. So 4 minus 6 is 2. Negative 1 minus 3 is negative 4. So my slope is, that's negative 2. So my slope is 1/2. Which means that the slope of something perpendicular to it is the opposite reciprocal, which is going to be negative 2 over 1, or just negative 2. And so now I have my perpendicular bisector, PB, peanut butter, perpendicular bisector, has a slope of negative 2 and travels through the point 1, 5. That's everything I need to write it. Y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1, y minus my y coordinate of 5 equals -2 times x minus my x coordinate is 1. I'm going to go ahead and put this in slope-intercept form. Y minus 5 equals -2x plus 2, doing the distribution, and y equals -2x plus 7. So that is the equation of the perpendicular bisector, and it would look kind of like this. And so I could then take my line tool, and it's going to be something roughly like this. So there's my perpendicular bisector. Okay, divides the segment in half and is perpendicular to it, so forms right angles. All right, so what does that mean for this other stuff? Well, altitude. So we've done altitude before, so let's talk about altitude. The altitude of a triangle extends from a vertex and is perpendicular to the opposite side. Okay, so taking my line tool, pick a vertex, any of them, and it's going to come straight down and it's going to intersect perpendicular. This is not required to be a midpoint, so we can't think that. All right, let's look at an example. It's not necessarily a midpoint, but it is perpendicular. All right, let's graph this thing. So we've got -6, 3. Okay, that's going to be my E. We've got F is 1, 5. There's F. And G is going to be 5, -1. Okay, and that's going to be a triangle. All right. All right, write the equation of the line that contains altitude FH. Okay, so what they're telling us here is that they're telling us that the vertex we're extending from is F. So we're looking for the altitude that starts at F and comes down through. So what does that tell us? That tells us that what we're looking for is perpendicular to EG. So I need the slope of EG and goes through F. So there's my point. All right, let's do it. So I need the slope of EG in order to know the slope of the altitude. So the slope of EG, we're going to use the slope formula, is going to be -1 minus 3 over 5 minus -6 is +6. And that's going to be -4 over 11. Okay, well, that's ugly, but that's okay. So that means that something that's perpendicular to it is going to be positive 11 over 4. Positive 11 over 4. So now I have everything I need. My perpendicular bisector has a slope of 11 over 4 and travels through F. F has the point as the coordinates 1, 5. All right, so now I can write the equation. Y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Y minus 5 equals 11/4 times x minus 1. And you know what? We're going to stop right there because this math is going to be ugly to do it because of the fraction. And like I said, point slope form is a legitimate form of a line. So unless it asks for slope intercept, you can really stop here. So there's the equation. So my altitude is going to look something like this. I don't have the exact, but it's going to look something like that. That's what my altitude is going to look like. Okay? And this is the line that contains that altitude. So the altitude is just the segment, but this is the line that would contain that segment. So now you know how to do perpendicular bisector and you know how to do altitude.